Welcome to the Wrestling Replays. Cato here with the AEW Dynamite Replay of the Week. Now, we got things a little messed up, a little switching going on with AEW actually taking place and airing on a Friday night, but it's still delivered like I thought it would. Now, we had the come home show to the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Now, what I look for in the come home show is for you to start, tying together all of those storylines that you have created over the last few weeks or months or however long they've been going on. I look for, matches that still make sense. And I look for just advancement, all right? Advancement in anything that you have prior or anything that you're ready to set up, going forward. How are you going to set it up? So that's what I look for in the come home show. Now, this episode wasn't as, as exciting or as action-packed as your normal episode, but that was okay with me because with it being the come home edition, it delivered on the things that I was looking for. So let's go ahead and jump right into the replay. Now, the show opens up with Darby Allin versus Cezar Bononi. This dude that's a big dude, man. I think he's about 6'5", 6'6", and he's going against one of the beloved stars of AEW, one of the fan favorites, to be honest, former TNT champion Darby Allin. And Darby managed to still pull it off. He managed to do what he had to do to keep the momentum going into his match in Double or Nothing with him and Sting going against Scorpio, Sky, and Ethan Page. And more importantly about the match, it was an energetic match, but more importantly was after the match when, Sting and Darby was attacked by, Sky and Bononi's crew. And then you've seen the Dark Order come and help these guys out, getting these guys off of them, backing up Scorpio, Sky, and Ethan Page, which will also lead into their match in the main event with Dark Order and Scorpio Sky later on in the night. So that was a good opening match. The storyline had good advancement so far already. It's building up the anticipation for that tag team match with Sting, Darby Allin, Sky, and Ethan Page. So that was a good job opening up the show. In the next match, we will see Hangman Page versus Joey Janela. Now, this was a hard-hitting match. I mean, these two went at it back in 2018, late in 2018 sometime, I believe. And this match was a hard-hitting match. These two went out there and they put on a type of match like they was fighting for like a number one contender opportunity or something like that. It was a hard-hitting affair, and that's what I look for when you get Joey Janela in the match. I don't look for him to have the traditional wrestlers match or anything like that. I look for him to go out there and try to just beat his opponent with hard strikes, high-impact moves. If not, I look for him to be in some type of hardcore match or something like that, because that's his arena. That's where he does his best at. But Hangman Page was able to notch the win, and that helped him build a little bit of momentum going into his match at Double or Nothing. But more importantly, after the match, once again, we had Taz bringing out Team Taz with Brian Cage leading the way. Hangman Page quickly put an end to that, called Brian Cage out like, look, if you're a man, fight me one-on-one tonight like a man, or we can wait to Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And Brian Cage actually agreed. What I see going on here is the fact that Brian Cage reminds me a lot of Bobby Lashley in the Hurt Business. What I mean by that is the fact that Cage feels like he can get things done on his own. He feels like he doesn't need any help. Yeah, we are a crew. We are, in a faction together. But I don't need you guys to be successful. I just like having you guys around, essentially. That's what it feels like right now. Brian Cage, he told these guys, to get back off, and he doesn't need their help at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is a situation where, A, Hangman Page loses to Brian Cage because of interference, and Brian Cage get upset with Team Taz, or B, even worse, Team Taz interferes, and it costs Brian Cage the match because he's telling them, back off, I got it, leave me alone, and that opens the door for Hangman Page to hit that lariat, and Page ended up winning the match. Either way, I don't see Brian Cage and Team Taz lasting too much longer in whatever partnership they got going on. I think it's time for Brian Cage to go ahead and break away and start really focusing on his own career by himself. He has a pretty good record already, so he's right there at the door knocking. He just need to go ahead and get a little bit more momentum and put together some key wins in order for him to get maybe a TNT title shot, or I don't know about an AEW title shot soon, but definitely a TNT title shot could be in the picture for him. We got to see a match with Jade Cargill going against Kaylin King, and to me, this was a match that went a little bit too long. Jade came out there, she did her thing, she dominated most of the match, she won the match, but more importantly, was the time. I understand we want to get women and see women, more on the TV show and have more matches and longer matches, but this is essentially a squash match. It's no need for this match to go too long. You pretty much want to go in there and show Jay's dominance. She shouldn't have to, use too many moves to put away anyone in a squash match. With that said, she still looked phenomenal. She looked great inside the ring. Just her ability, she looked really comfortable in there. Like after she landed a big move, her ability to go to the crowd, paying it to the crowd, she took her time. So she's really coming along really well at AEW right now. And now with her having a manager on her side, she can worry less about the promos and the talking. He can handle that, and all she has to do is worry about herself inside the square circle. So this was a good match. Hopefully this leads to Jade actually getting bigger and better opportunities in the future. We see Miro making his first defense of that TNT title against Dante Martin, one half of Top Flight, one of the young high-flying tag teams in AEW. These guys are red hot, but Dante Martin, he's been on his own for a while. His brother had an injury. I don't know how long he's going to actually be out, but his brother is hurt, so Dante Martin has been, handling his singles business, and I believe he's like 7-0 or 8-0 before entering this match. Of course, he's never faced anyone like Miro before, as dominant, as big, as powerful, so this was an eye-opener for Dante Martin, and for Miro, this was just pretty much someone that's getting fed to him, essentially. He went out there, he dominated Martin. Martin had his spots here and there, but for the most part, it was Miro doing what Miro does. And he managed to tap out Dante Martin in that match. But once again, the same type of scenario in the other matches was important. More importantly, what happened after the match when we had Jake the Snake and we had Lance Archer actually come out. And Miro kind of egged him on. He finally egged Archer on to come on out in the ring. Jake shouldn't be holding you back, and you've seen what happened when Jake let him go. So Lance pretty much cleared house. This built up a really good momentum for their match coming up in the pay-per-view, because now you're like, okay, is Lance the more dominant wrestler or the dominant guy over Miro or not? Because he got the best of that exchange, as he should, being the face and being fresh coming from the back, but this is going to be Miro's first legit contender, like someone that's just as big, just as strong, just as nasty, just as mean. So this is going to be an interesting tag team match for the TNT title. Now, I don't see the TNT title changing hands so quickly, but this could be the way of the company getting the title on Lance Archer without him having to face Darby Allin, because that's where it looked like they was heading to prior to Miro just popping up out of nowhere and getting this TNT title shot. It looked like we were setting up for a match between Darby Allin and Lance Archer. So we'll have to see. That's going to be an interesting matchup when it takes place. And finally, in the main event, we got Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page versus members of the Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. Now, remember, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky is undefeated, and I believe they're ranked number 2 right now in the tag team division. So these two guys are really a well-oiled machine. They are red hot right now. Their momentum is on fire. And they're also heading into that pay-per-view match going against Sting and Darby Allin. So they're looking to build momentum and keep that momentum going, because they're going to need it facing the Darby Allin and the Sting. These guys aren't any slouches. They've been attacking Darby Allin for weeks. And this is the match they wanted. They finally get the match that they want to have at Double or Nothing. So we're going to see how that goes. But as far as this main event is concerned, these guys look good. These guys look polished. These guys are like a really good tag team, man. I'm kind of happy that Scorpio Sky got away from SCU and actually formed this tag team with Ethan Page, because the chemistry there works really well. So these guys were really well together. And they managed to put away Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in this tag team match. And of course, after the match, we got Darby Allin and a whole bunch of Stings, maybe about 10 different Stings with different guys in masks, when different guys dressed up as Sting wearing the Sting mask. Only problem is you can know exactly which one was Sting by the time he got to the ring. Everyone else was like Darby Allin size, so that helped build a little bit of momentum. Darby Allin and Sting got to clear house. They got a little bit of revenge on what happened to him earlier in the night. And they just building some anticipation for that match with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Now, I do not see Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky losing. I would hope not, because Why would you go ahead and ruin your number one contendership possibility? You're ranked number 2, you're undefeated, to a team that's probably not going to even be a team for too much longer. Let's be honest. Sting's not going to be in there going after the tag team division. He's not going to be in there looking for no AEW tag team titles anytime soon. I can't imagine Sting coming back full time as a wrestler was on his plans when he signed with AEW. All right. So I really hope that Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky win this match, because this is a really good tag team, and I could see them going against a Kenny Omega or a Jon Moxley, because that's what I believe is. I'm not Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, because that's what I believe will be the tag team champions after Double or Nothing. So we got the Acclaim they could go after. We got Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. I think that's 2 top teams, 2 future tag teams in that division that will make sense if Kenny Omega, why do I keep saying Kenny Omega? If Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston can grab those tag team titles. But other than that, everything else that went on was great promos all throughout the show. Now, the one little tiff I did have was this weigh-in between Cody Rhodes and Anthony Ogogo. 1, I don't know why you're doing a weigh-in in this wrestling match. That's weird. 2, I don't understand why the whole Dark Order and the whole Nightmare family and the whole factory had to be there doing a weigh-in. And 3, I don't understand why we don't have a digital stage at this time and now technology era. We shouldn't have to be using the old school scale. Big Show was having issues. He was sweating. But that whole weigh-in was just trash, man. I understand they're trying to build anticipation for it, but I'd rather Cody come out here and cut one of those nice promos one more time, and we'll be all set. We'll be all good. Maybe a little brawl between the Nightmare family and the factory. Something to really kick it off, get the juices flowing. But other than that, whole promo right there, that whole attempt at building some momentum, it was dry. It didn't work. It wasn't that good. Don't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? But nah, honestly though, that was your AEW Wrestling Replay for Dynamite. It was a pretty good show. It was everything I look for in a come home show. So now they just have to deliver on the pay-per-view, which is this weekend. So try not to miss out on that. We did have a winner of the Razor Ramon Collector's Gift Box. He has already been notified. So thank you to everyone who participated. And we'll be having more giveaways soon. So don't worry. You'll have plenty of chances to win more items just like that and better going forward. All right. So let me know what you guys think. Who you think is going to walk away with those tag team titles at Double or Nothing? That's the match I really got my eye on. And also, who do you think is going to win the TNT title? I think Britt Baker's being home the women's championship. I think it's her time. So that's what I'm looking for that. And Kenny Omega, I believe he's still going to have a nice little run with that AEW championship. It's just too many factors that could possibly happen in a triple threat match to where he should definitely win, and there's no way he should be able to lose. All right. So make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button before you hit up out of here. Turn your notifications and make sure you follow at the Wrestling Replay on Instagram. I'm Cato. I'm signing out of here. I'll see you guys soon for SmackDown and even sooner for the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. I'm going to have a replay on that as well. All right. I'm signing out. Peace.